Welcome back to Sinister Sisters Crime and Curiosity podcast. This is episode 8, The Devil's Teeth Mystery, What Happened to Jeanette Depalma. And I am with my lovely co-host Bree.
What up?
And I'm Ash. And let's begin. Before she became a headline, before whispers of witchcraft surrounded her name, before America folded her into one of its earliest satanic panic stories, Jeanette Depalma was just 16 years old. She lived in Springfield, New Jersey, and was one of 8 children in a large Italian-American household. She later became deeply involved in Christianity, and her parents were active members of the church. Faith wasn't just something discussed on Sundays. It shaped their daily life. Jeanette was described as compassionate, expressive, and spiritual. She talked openly about Jesus. She invited friends to church. She planned on attending Trinity Bible Institute in North Dakota after graduation. To her parents, she was a devoted daughter. But like many 16-year-olds at that time, she also had another side. Her diary later revealed that she went to parties, she drank occasionally, she kissed boys, she had normal teenage curiosity, and was rebellious. At one point, her mother even transferred her to a different school because she was worried about outside influences. On August 7th, 1972, 4 days after her 16th birthday, Jeanette left her home. She told her mother she was going to take a train to a friend's house. Instead, she hitchhiked. Hitchhiking in the early 1970s was common. It was not viewed how it is today, but that decision would become the last known choice she ever made. She never arrived at her friend's house. She never called home. She never returned. By the next morning, her parents contacted Springfield police. They knew this wasn't like her. They knew something was wrong. Search parties combed wooded areas for weeks. Volunteers showed up, churches held candlelight vigils, flyers went up around Union County, and then 6 weeks later, a dog returned home with a human arm.
That's crazy.
Right.
Fun times. Is that your end?
Yeah, that's my
Is
end.
it time for me to continue?
Sorry, yes.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So, this is where the case starts to feel bigger than just a crime scene, because where they will eventually find Jeanette's body is a place called Devil's Teeth. I'm not sure why they call it that, but I think just because the name of it left people, obviously, in my opinion, it's easy to fabricate a story and it's easy to make it creepy. So I think, and I'll get to this in the end, but just they called it, I guess locals know it as Devil's Teeth, and that's where her body was found. So after the dog brings the bone back to its owner, the owner obviously calls the police. The police did state that upon finding the arm, I do believe it was an arm, right?
Yeah, it was a forearm.
So I guess one of the cops did say, like, you could still see fingernails, which led them to believe that it was a female. So fast forward, they do find her body, which is close by to where the dog does bring the bone back to its owner. And we were talking about this, Ash, like how that was so weird because they couldn't find the body for weeks.
Right.
And then it takes a dog to bring a bone to its owner. And then it's like, poof, we found her body within hours.
Right. Yeah, like that's.
So that's really weird. And
You
like
did
I
not
said, they,
comb through all the forests.
right, you're combing through like
You
all these
literally just
areas,
combing through.
brushing through it.
Just brushing through. Like, hello. Yep, nothing
And
here.
and you don't find nothing, but a dog appears with this arm, and it's like, oh, here she is.
Right. So
So that's
that's
weird.
literally that's us.
And then it's obviously like close to civilization if a dog
Very
just ran
cool.
off and then came home. I mean, that's in my personal opinion. I would think if a dog runs off and then comes back, the dog's not going miles and miles deep into the forest. That's just my
Right.
opinion. So I guess
Right, because
that
this
just
was
makes
outside
me,
of an apartment. The owner of the dog lived in an apartment building, so like,
yeah. So you were looking through all these woods for weeks, and it took a dog to bring a bone back, and then you find her body.
right.
And obviously, we weren't there. I mean, I understand there's probably more to it we might not know, but that just sounds a little odd.
Yeah, we're not professionals at all, so
No, not at all. But
but that just sounds like very suspicious, so
yeah.
it's very
And like
sussy.
I said, the place being called Devil's Teeth, which I guess is like a little quarry,
Right.
um, that's where her body was found. And everybody claims that, even the police claimed that her body was found in like a little makeshift coffin. And there
Yeah.
was like crosses made out of twigs around her body, all like in the trees. There was like occult objects. Um, some people claim that there was like dead animals around her. And obviously, being found in a place called Devil's Teeth, that leads people to make up stories, to just make you obviously think it was something satanic. I don't know why they
Yeah.
call it Devil's Teeth. This is in New Jersey, by the way, for
Yeah, that's
anybody
very
listening.
interesting.
Oh, yeah, Springfield, New Jersey.
Yes.
And we're from South Jersey, so I don't know nothing about North Jersey. That's a whole different world. But
Yeah.
I don't know, just I'm trying to see where my thought was, where I was going with this.
That's a whole different universe for us.
Yeah, that's North Jersey to us is New York, at least for me.
Right. No, for real.
Yeah. I'm trying to see
When
where
I
my
think
thought
of
was
North
going.
Jersey, I really think of New York.
Yeah. But
Because, like, as far as you go, like, you could drive, like, a couple hours. Not even a couple hours, like, an hour up north, and you're seeing the Statue of Liberty.
yeah.
So,
yeah. So I think also the place being called that obviously led people to think, "Oh my god, this she's found at a place called Devil's Teeth. Let's make up a story and let's make it creepy." Later, and we'll get to that later, but later we'll find out. There's just the one thing about the story too is that we don't have actual like facts, if that makes sense. So you have like cops saying, some cops at the time saying, yeah, like there is satanic stuff around her. And then you have people saying, no, there never was. And then the place being called Devil's Teeth made it weird. So I don't know. I think it's all odd. And I don't know
yeah.
why you would make something up like that. But it was also in the 70s, and supposedly there was like this wave called Satanic Panic going around, where I guess like satanic rituals and like witchcraft and everything was really popular during that time. So I don't know if like locals just played into that and wanted to like create another story, or the possibility is that it's really real and that there was some like satanic ritual people coming around and did take her for her Christianity. Because she was also, like Ashley said, she was very involved and like she wasn't supposedly scared to speak on that. Like everywhere she went, she was always proud to talk about like the word of God and try to convert people to Christianity. So it just makes me wonder if maybe she was a target for that. Another thing in my notes also was in the 70s, there was this woman. I don't know if you have this in your notes, Ash, but I'll just talk on it real quick. The Lilith Sinclair.
Mm.
She supposedly was like the head of a, what's it called, a like a Satan church, a devil worshipping church that was in the same county as Jeanette lived in. So people also think that maybe she had something to do with it. The church that she ran had supposedly over 30 members, And like I said, in the 70s, I guess that was the popular thing going around, was
Right.
witchcraft and stuff like that. So that was a name that came up during our research, this Lilith Sinclair. And nobody to this day, obviously, nothing's ever found. Like, there was nobody ever accused. There was nobody ever even, like, suspected. Nobody was ever questioned, except one person by the name of Red, who supposedly was a homeless man that lived in the area where Jeanette's body was found.
Yes.
So the locals, I guess, had given a tip to the local police and was like, hey, there's this dude that lives around the area. His name is Red. I guess he had like a campsite in the woods around where her body was found. So they did bring him in for questioning, and
Oh yeah, because it was said
obvious,
that after the murder he moved. He moved his campsite.
yeah, and that's not a good look.
No.
So that made him even more suspicious. But nothing came about it after they all questioned him and did what they had to do. I don't know how good or how thorough it was back in the 70s as compared to now, but he was let go and not looked at as a suspect. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. I think our notes are conflicted. I think we have different notes.
We do, but it's okay. You're going in this right direction.
Okay.
Like that's
Um,
like literally what happened. But I don't know
yeah.
if you noticed that they found like a satanic books in her room after she went missing.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't say that, but yeah, I did see that too. Yeah, that was early on, right? In the investigation. I guess when they went
Yeah.
to investigate her room, they found it was like the Satanic Bible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's weird because you're supposed to be this like good Christian girl who goes to church, and why do you have a Satanic Bible in your room? So
Exactly.
that's a curveball.
Okay, hold on. I do have the same notes. I do have them. Let me just grab 2011 of them out.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. There's stuff. That's only the only good evidence. There was nothing left behind. Oh, okay. So, we talked about the staging of the body. So, like, I think they said her purse was missing, but
Yeah.
like the contents of the purse was, I think, like emptied out 10 feet away from her body,
Yeah.
and she had like makeup stuff, and then they said there was like a clear vial of an unknown substance in it.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Because they said that the cops said that where her body was like a known area for like drug addicts and
Mm,
teenagers to go party. So, um,
yeah. Sorry, I feel like I fast forwarded a little bit too much.
no, it's okay.
But yeah, I do remember. I remember reading about that. But obviously, like at the time when they found her, I guess they couldn't do a toxicology report.
Yeah, because her body was like already like too decomposed. Because they didn't find her, but what did they say? For a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, because the dog didn't bring the bone to
Yeah.
the owner for yeah a few weeks. So that's another curveball. What was in the vial?
Yeah.
And did she really take something, or was it placed there?
Right. Was it the worshippers? Was it the worshippers?
That's an option.
That is an option. That's a very good option. And
I just want to let you know what I have on my or my notes is about the magazine, about the editors.
Oh, okay.
So
Let
I'm
me
just
get.
letting you know that's what I have left.
Okay. Okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Your phone
Is
just
that me?
vibrated. It scared me.
Oh,
I guess it was you.
yeah.
Um, sorry. Now that we both will have the same notes or whatever, but so they think that it was like either blunt force trauma, but they couldn't test it because
Mm-hmm.
it was decomposed, or um, she would could have been strangled. Um, they did identify stains on various pieces of clothing and samples were all too degraded to be tested for blood or semen. Keep this in mind, it was the 1970s and the forensic technology was not advanced like it is now.
Yeah.
Um, so around this time, you did say like it was like in America was like in the middle of like uh
A satanic panic,
the satanic panic, but it was
ritual,
also like
witchcraft
the
stuff.
peace, free love movement as well. This is probably like what like Woodstock area and era and stuff. I would think because it's the 1970s, so that's probably
Nice.
still going on. So they're all like probably not like, but you guys know. Um, so this area that she lived in was very religious, and it was said that the cops didn't want it to get out about like the satanic thing, but to scare like all the like the people, but the media and other cops like released it. So that's why they said like it wasn't a staging of the satanic ritual as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I still think it's a satanic ritual, but
There's so many
because
sides.
there was like a cop who kept on saying that it was never said that it was a satanic ritual, that it they never found like bones and dead animals hanging, glass jars
Mm-hmm.
full of like substances, and there was never like a makeshift grave and crosses around her, and that they thought that she overdosed and died.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then other, I guess, other police. This was like a chief or something that said that, but like other police like did say that it was a satanic thing.
Yeah.
So,
That's interesting because like the whole police department was conflicted with opinions.
right. I just find it weird because this was a good time. Like, not a good time. Wow, this was not a good time. But this was a time where the satanic thing was happening because there was like one that they said happened like a couple towns over from me right
Yeah.
now, in
Yeah.
Vineland, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Um, so that was crazy.
I guess
Um,
that was the time. I don't know. Which I didn't know either. Because when you think of the 70s, I don't think about Satan and
no, I just think
witchcraft.
they
I mean,
were
I
out
wasn't
here
there, but.
like, sniffing a white substance off. I don't know somebody's butt cheek. I don't know. That's like what I think about in the 70s. Like they're all just out
Yeah.
here
Drugs.
drugged, just
Which she could
dancing
have
and having a
did
good time. Right?
based off of the vial that they found, but
Yeah,
you couldn't test it.
exactly. Yeah, because they didn't have what we have nowadays.
Yeah.
Nowadays. Um, there was also another thing that happened. I'm pretty sure it was in Jersey too. There was a guy who killed his whole family
I
because
forgot. Yeah.
He believed his daughter was like into witchcraft.
Hmm.
And this happened after Jeanette, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
And
forgot
he
about
like
that.
blamed it on like the Jeanette story of his daughter like getting into stuff like that. And then he like ran away and he got caught. Like killed his I think it was his wife, a son, and his daughter.
Yeah.
So that's why they like thought it was another like it was a satanic occult.
I don't know what the heck was going on during this time.
No, they was out there doing some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Just out here. Which you know what? I kind of judge, but then I don't judge because yes, it was the 70s. But me being the mom I am, like I was never letting my daughter just talk about, yeah, I'm gonna go take a train.
Yeah.
Self, I don't care if you're 16 or not.
Yeah.
You about to put this baby leash on and walk with me,
Right.
and we're gonna ride the train together.
Yeah.
But then it was said that she liked to hitchhike all the time.
Hmm.
It was like a cool thing. Like, girl, no,
I think a lot of
no,
people were doing that at that time too. She just unfortunately wasn't lucky.
right? And I know it was a different time. Again, I know it was a different time, but like there was a lot of killings in the like in those times
Yeah.
that just weren't brought to light. But like as we're getting older, we hear about a whole bunch of killings that was going on.
Yeah. That's weird,
Like you
right?
had, yeah, like and it was like mainly girls hitchhiking and stuff.
Yeah.
So I find that like very, you know,
Just don't do it.
like
Just
right,
don't go nowhere. Stay home.
stay home, hide your kids, hide your wife.
Right.
Um, but yeah, like that was not okay at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I guess that's just the mom in me. I'm like, hell no, my kids ain't going nowheres.
Yeah. Not now.
Um, no, help, not now, not ever, not since they've been born. It's been crazy, but I don't know. Do you want to pick up?
Yeah, so I could just go into like the local magazine.
Oh, okay, but before that, there was. Let me, sorry, because that
You're
part's gonna
fine.
have to be edited. But there was one of her nephews wrote a letter in saying about. Damn, that's probably goes with the part that you're supposed to read off.
No, it's okay though. You can continue.
One of her nephews wrote in saying that there was talk about that it was a police chief's son. The son and the police chief was never. They were never named in the
Yeah.
situation, but it was said that he would make advances at her and she would turn him down. So who knows if he did make an advance at her, she turned him down and he ending
Yeah.
up taking her life. And where her body was dumped, it said that there was a police range, like shooting range, not far from there
Yeah.
as well. And then there was talk about the pastor of their church
Hmm.
that it was his son, and like like we said, we're not professionals, so there's obviously more. I know there was a pastor that was preaching like, oh yeah, it's satanic rituals. It was like really heavily on that, so they said that could have been the reason why. So his son like didn't get accused of it
Yeah.
as
Well, she
well.
also dated the son,
Yeah, and they
and I
broke up.
think they broke up recently
Yeah,
before she was killed.
yeah. So that was another thing. But then you can go into your part.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I don't know if anybody listening has ever heard of Weird New Jersey. It's a magazine, obviously local to New Jersey. So one of the editors of it, his name is Mark Moran, and he got anonymous letters about her death. So that led him to investigate into the death more. And I guess when he was looking into, asking the police department about like her file, they claimed that it was ruined in a hurricane that I guess happened in the 90s, so that they didn't have no evidence
Yeah,
of her
because they
file.
kept on asking. The family did too, and they kept on saying that it was destroyed. And that's why I go back to, I think maybe it was really a satanic ritual and the cops were covering it up, or did the
Yeah.
cops do it?
Yeah.
Or the cop's son did it. That's why I feel like that's weird because eventually, and you can continue.
Oh no, you're fine. But now fast forwarding to 2024, they claim the people of Weird New Jersey claim that they did get a copy of the file. So where that came from, I have no idea. But in the file, they claim that there's no evidence of satanic rituals. There's no evidence of wooden crosses. Nothing near where her body was found made it look like there was anything satanic going on or anything with witchcraft. So that's a big gap. You go from 1990s to 2024, and they're like, yeah, now we do have her file, but there's nothing in there. That's a long time, and I think obviously somebody could have had tampered with it, even if there was
Mhm.
evidence of satanic things going on. Somebody could have made it, I'm sure, in all that time,
Right.
look like there wasn't witchcraft going on. And also, how do you not have it, but then you do have it? That's weird, because that's also not
Yeah.
explained.
At all.
Because you say that it's uh, ruined in a hurricane, but then however many years later, you get your hands on it somehow. That we don't know, but they did
Right.
obtain it. They said in 2024 they did come public with it and say that they did obtain her file.
That's why I said the cops are
Yeah,
suspect.
and claim that nothing's in there that sparks anything to be satanic.
Right.
So that's the whole thing of the story. Is it's either you believe that it was witchcraft and somebody did a satanic ritual on her or you don't. But if but at the end of the day, how was she killed? That you still don't know.
Yeah.
Whether it was satanic or not. How did they actually kill her? Who? Who did and how?
Right. Oh yeah, because there was also what was his name? John Cottenham? Is that his name?
That sounds familiar.
The torso killer.
Yeah, yeah, I forgot about that.
He was, I guess, caught or whatever and ended up saying that he killed Jeanette because he did do like a lot of that
Hmm.
like around those areas.
I heard that he
Oh,
wasn't sure. Like he called in or he called local
yeah.
authorities or whatever from prison and said,
Mhm.
"Hey, I might have did it," because I guess he killed
Yeah.
so many times he didn't know.
Yeah, but the way like his killings were, he like tortured him
Like
and
dismembered.
stuff like that, and she wasn't found that way.
Yeah,
He would like strangle them, torture them, and stuff like that. So, and then dump their body, but like her body was dumped, but it wasn't like to me, it wasn't his kit like how his mo, how he would
yeah.
kill them. It just
I
didn't
mean,
sound right.
how nice of him to try to admit to
Right.
it, I guess. But
Yeah, because there was like
yeah, I don't think
multiple
it was him.
girls. There was multiple girls around this time as well. It was like I think one the same year as her, and then
Yeah,
like a year after and a year after, killed and found the same way.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I forgot
um,
about that.
yeah,
And that's interesting that he would call himself and be like, "Hey, I might have did it, but I don't know."
right. Because also like the torso killer, like weren't they just finding the torsos in like a certain spot? I thought that's what his whole mo was. Like they're because I
To
know
be
it was like
called
North,
that, yeah, I would think
yeah,
so.
North Jersey and like New York, all of that. That's where I'm pretty sure his areas were that he would do.
Yeah.
but at the time, I guess he was staying in North Jersey. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I still think the cops had something to do with it, though.
Yeah. So you have him, you have the Red, the guy named Red, who's a homeless man, and then you have the son of the cop, or a cop,
Right,
and then you have the the preacher's son. So
right.
those are the top four that were like mainly in research. When you do research on this case, I guess they pop up. But I mean, obviously, nobody was ever found guilty. To
Right.
this day, nobody knows. So
I don't want to say that I like was hoping that it was actually going to be like the satanic ritual thing, but like it would have been
yeah,
interesting
yeah,
if it was.
yeah. That
Not
stuff is
like
so like
I love the witchy stuff
me too.
and stuff like that. Not that I wanted that to be the way she went out, but like I find that stuff interesting
Yeah,
and like why do you think this is really going to work? And
yeah.
does it really work? like
I know it is
so
interesting. I like it too.
so I was
I
like, "Oh
like
my
to hear
god,
about it. I guess.
we have a case that they sacrificed somebody and did some crazy stuff and not happy that the girl passed away and that's how she passed away. It was just
Yeah.
interesting because I don't think we came across a case like that yet.
No.
So to me it
Supposedly in
was
the 70s, everybody was doing it.
right. So I guess we will have to go back to the 70s.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But what do you think? Do you think it was that? Do you think somebody did something like a ritual?
so like all right, so this hear me out. This is why I would think that it would have been a satanic ritual and why they kept on hiding or not releasing the documents to the family or to other people. So it could have been where it was a ritual, and because they were very religious in that area, the cops took everything down or moved it around. So it didn't look like that. So it didn't get out, but the other cops ended up saying something. So that's why I would say yes, a satanic ritual because the cops just were trying to prevent, or the sheriff was trying to prevent something,
Yeah.
and that the files were tampered with to take the actual photos out of it, having an like a makeshift coffin and the crosses and all that out of it, and also in the one picture that you can see, it's like they're all like over top of her body looking, so you can't even see if there was a makeshift grave.
Hmm.
So I find that interesting. Now, do I also think that she could have been killed by somebody different? Yes. Again, the cop situation for me because um of them not releasing the files and the gun range was so close to where her body was found. And also they said that it was so overgrown, how would they be able to make a makeshift ground like a coffin around her?
Hmm.
So that's my other reason. So how about you?
Interesting. So last time when we filmed this the first time, I said no, I don't think it was anything weird or anything to do with satanic rituals or witchcraft. I'm still undecided. I don't know. I don't have a yes or no answer. I think it could be because where she was so religious, she could have just crossed the wrong one. Somebody just trying to shut her up. Or, but
It could
then
have
they
been a
would kill her either way.
Satanist. It could have been a
Yeah,
Satanist. Like, girl, stop trying to preach that to me. Now you're about
right.
to learn.
But then the part about having the satanic Bible in her room, that's weird. Because why do you have that?
Right. And I don't want to be that person to be like, so was it her family? Because they found that and they got
Hmm.
mad about it. Because they were very religious and
I don't know.
Christian. Because they'd be the ones. They'd be the ones.
Yeah. But then, also she was hitchhiking. She could have came across somebody sketchy, and then they killed her. She could. I mean, obviously she was killed. We know that, but it's the fact of, was she killed in a satanic ritual, or was she killed by something else, strangulation, or just left there
Right.
to die?
Exactly.
Because we don't know for sure if, because the people of Weird New Jersey magazine are saying no, these photos are showing that there's no occult objects near her. But then you have some people from the police department saying, yeah, there was. I don't know. There's just not enough. There's not enough there for me to say yes or no. I think it could be either one. Because the Bible in the room gets me. Why do you have a satanic Bible? And then just you being super religious, like I said, I think she could have just crossed the wrong one and somebody could have got mad. And then you're hitchhiking. Like, anybody could have killed you while you were hitchhiking.
Right.
It's just the fact of, was it done in a satanic ritual way? I don't know. I'm
Yeah, because
undecided.
I do feel like, so what if the preacher's son found out,
Yeah.
and or the pastor? I think they're the same thing, and they found out and they were like, yeah, she gotta go. You know,
That's true. Yeah.
like she gotta go. We can't be having that up in here.
Right.
The
That's true.
Lord would not like that.
Yeah. But then all this was going around, like the whole satanic panic thing. So it's
Right.
easy for somebody, I guess, to stage it to make it like more of a thing. Because I guess that was so popular, somebody could have just killed her, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No, like, yeah.
Like, let's blame it
I
on
don't.
Satanists because that's apparently the move in the 70s. So let's
Right.
just
That's
say,
why I like, yeah, the whole thing with the preacher and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
pastor, preacher, or you know what, the cops do.
yeah,
Because if the cop's son killed, they're gonna be like, yeah, that's
yeah.
something easy.
And they could do no
So
testing on her. That's what stinks.
yeah,
Nothing could be done to prove how she was killed. So
I don't know. I just feel like I feel bad. It was a 16-year-old girl,
yeah,
and she lost her life. Either which way, however, she lost her life. It's not okay.
yeah,
She needs justice. There is a page for her, a Facebook page, a justice page, um, that you can go find. Um, but yeah, that's my take on it.
yeah. And before we close this out, I do want to say, so the Mark Moran, or whatever, however you say his name, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. He did write a book, and it's called Death on Devil's Teeth, which is
Hmm.
about her. I do really want to read that. I'm like really intrigued, and I want to read that.
Book club.
Yup. And then also, there's an episode on this. It's episode 4 of a show on Hulu called Crimes of the Paranormal, and that has her story on there as well. And also, before we close out, I just want to say again, we are not professionals. This is just our opinions based off of just what we find during research. So we were not there. We do not know her or the family. These are our opinions.
And we probably don't have all the research. And
No.
we probably missed a lot of research because this is our second recording.
Yeah.
Because we had some technical difficulties. But that's okay, because things like that happen. And yeah,
That's all I got.
me too. Oh, that's not all I have, sorry. Remember, don't be a sad bitch, be a bad bitch.
Hey.
So,
Bye,
okay.
audio listeners.
Bye.
See you next
Okay.
week.
Yes, definitely. Anybody want to come up?